Hello, my beautiful people, my lovely fans and viewers. Thank you so much for watching Grace TV. This is your girl, Aggie with the Movie Manual. Today we are going to talk about makeup. What is makeup? There are two types of makeup. I mean, there might be so many, but right now we're going to talk about cosmetic makeup and SFX makeup. SFX makeup is the makeup that is done in films. The one where they do wounds, they do burns, they do cuts, and we see all this blood. So today we have a chance to get to know exactly what happens. How is it done? How does it come about for someone to have a cut off finger or hand? How is it done? So don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Today we have an expert who has done different projects and she's won awards, and she's going to talk about SFX makeup. Stay tuned.
Thank you for having me. Rose Kebirungi-Lily. My name's. I am a filmmaker. I do costume and makeup, SFX makeup on set. I am an artist. I do so many other things, but when I'm not doing film. I also do beauty makeup. I do TV set makeup. Okay, I do a bunch of so many other things, but for now, let's concentrate on SFX. It is special effects makeup. Some people call it film makeup or movie makeup. This is more of just something that you bring out something that the director wants to have that he cannot have from a human being. So let's say they want someone with a bald head. Let's say they want someone with one eye, or they want someone with a lip that is maybe like pulled to this side, or they want someone with one ear, or they want someone with multiple eyes on the face. That is the makeup. That is made up. Or sometimes they do it's called VX something, the one that is done in editing, but most of them prefer it done practically because it is more natural and more, it's nicer, looks better that way. So that is special effects makeup that I do on set. I didn't. I just found myself there and I loved it, and I learned from YouTube, from the people that I have worked with on set, from the pics that I keep seeing on social media, trying, practicing. That's how I got here. I just started and I'm not yet learned. I am still learning. And I don't think I'm about to stop. I think let me say the senior of this SFX makeup is Michael Wauyo, senior. He has done makeup, but even now he will still tell you I am still learning. He is not learning, doesn't stop in SFX because there is always something new coming up. 3 years now. I've done it for 3 years, yes, just 3 years. I'm still young in the industry. Oh God, I have worked with I'm not going to concentrate on production houses because we get films that are actually produced here in Uganda, but then they have international producers, because I think I've done more international than local. Okay. I have done Mercy of the Jungle. Mercy of the Jungle, it comes first, though it may not be my first movie, because that is when I actually said, yeah, I am actually doing this. It was Mercy of the Jungle, and recently we won awards in the African Academy Awards, the Oscars of Africa in Nigeria. We won 2 awards, costume and makeup. My team, that team, like, it was so nice. I learned a lot, yet I actually saw that I had actually put in so much. You know how you do something and you actually be like, I am actually proud of myself. I did that movie, it has been winning awards. Everyone has won awards. We hadn't won from the makeup and costume department. But when we actually did one, it made me see how much effort I actually put in and how it feels good to know that someone out there appreciates. That is Mercy of the Jungle with Joel Kariches. You've heard about him, the Rwandese the director and the story writer with the Belgians. So the entire movie is in French. If you watch it, you'll be like, you wouldn't want to miss the subtitles. You'll be like, oh, so what did you go back? Right, it's a very interesting story. Imperial Blue. I did SFX makeup in Imperial Blue. That was my very first movie. All the challenges and everything, those are the things that have actually got me here. I had so many people to prove wrong. I also had to prove myself that I can actually do this. Imperial Blue, That is a British produced film by our own here. We have Dan Semlema, we have David Cecil. They are all here in Uganda, but it was done in India, Uganda, and China, and London. Then I also did 27 Guns. Now that is the most common here in Uganda. I did 27 Guns, people. I was on 27 Guns set. I did makeup. I worked with Shakira. I worked with Sandra. And also all the other movies I've been working with Shakira and some other people. It's been an interesting journey. And yeah, 27 Guns is the most common here. And you know how it had a lot of killings. We had a lot of massacres. We had a lot of wounds, bullets, legs cut off. Like, it was crazy. I have done a couple of now, but now the local ones, we have very many. I love wowing people, especially on set, even when actually the movie comes out. I love people staying there wondering, like, really? You know how actually when we were young, we actually thought people would be killed, people would actually be shot, until we had actually to go out in the movie and actually find out that people are not shot. Actually, this is just makeup. So I do it and then I just keep watching, wondering. Then someone's like, so you did this? I'm like, yes, I did this. Wow. Makeup is painting. I am an artist. I paint. When I am sad, I paint. When I am not sad, I paint. When I am happy and I'm doing nothing, I paint. Other than that, I also do crafts. I am always out there doing stuff, doing things. But one time my auntie told me when I was still little that, you girl, you'll never be poor. Because I am always out there doing things for myself. And then when people actually be like, wow, so who did that? I'm like, I did it myself. Okay, so how did you do it? Can I have it? Can I do it? I'm like, people just want to exaggerate. This is just something, it's not even well done. But I do art. I'm an artist. So I am painting, I am somewhere sketching. I love fashion. I'm somewhere sketching. Also I did fashion at campus. I am somewhere sketching out designs. I'm somewhere writing down my things, see what I have done, see what I have not achieved in life. Yeah, I'm always doing that.
Yes, we're still with Rose and we've all heard about her journey and how she came into the business of filmmaking, how she came into the business of SFX makeup. And of course, she also does the cosmetic makeup. But because today we're going to talk about SFX makeup specifically, when we come back from this short break, we're going to take you into the real feel, as in we're going to watch her do the magic, do the blood, the cuts, the wounds, the bruises, and everything that is done when making this makeup. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break.
They came and they killed unarmed civilians with pangas and knives.
How can we be like this?
No one here will hurt you. My name is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Myself, together with my comrades, we have formed the Popular Resistance Army. We are a movement against tyranny, extrajudicial murders, against rape, and against any form of oppression imposed on us.
This man and his goons are bandits.
Without weapons, the young men and women will not amount to much.
Let him go through.
This, therefore, is a declaration of war.
One men
Hello, welcome back from that short break. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. We're going into straight to the demonstration of the SFX makeup, how it's all done. Stay tuned and just watch and learn. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Okay, so welcome back. We're going to do the bullet wound, like I told you, SFX makeup, just giving you guys a small demo. Bullet wound, people use chewing gum locally because you know these products are not also easy to get here. But I have wax. This wax, for it not to stick, you need to put oil, Vaseline. People recommend Blue Seal, Vaseline. Oil is better for me though. So I'm using Graftobian Professional Makeup Wax. Then you make sure where you're going to put it. Some people put Sprint gum. Sprint gum is more sticky, so this thing can stick. But for my case, you make sure that you have, when you don't have Sprint gum, you make sure that your face, the surface where you're going to put a bullet wound is wiped. Then I've rolled it into a ball. You bring the wax, put it on the face, then spread it all out. Like we talked about, makeup is all about blending. It cuts across everywhere. So you have to make sure you blend it out into the skin so it doesn't look like there's like a ball somewhere or anywhere. I need to wipe this off briefly. So I can come in and blend some more. You blend it back to the skin. If you watch tutorials on YouTube and all the other such, you blend out with oil in your hand. Put a little bit of oil in your hand to help you blend out, because that way it won't stick. It won't stick to your fingers. It will make blending out easy. You blend it all out. After you've blended it, you wipe off the unnecessary stuff that have gone all the way out. Clean them out. So, we're going back to blending. I need to blend this to her skin because now this is white. Her skin is brownish yellow. We need to blend that out. I use Crayolan Professional Makeup. This is called Camouflage. This is not sold here, but you can get it when you go online. So I'm going to get foundation. It is concealer foundation, and I'm supposed to blend this all out to fit her skin color. Get my blending. This is my beauty blender, my makeup blender. It works miracles. This one also you can get from a $1 shop, or if you're lucky and you find someone selling them here in Uganda, you can get a lot of them. They're sold in a pack, they're like 40. You can send a cousin, a brother, a sister who is in the US, who is in the UK, and they get them for you. They're sold in $1 shops. Now when we have blended that out, I have my spray can. This spray can, it helps me spray blood. If you want blood that splashes of blood, you don't want blood that is in one area, you spray it. It didn't come out like how it was supposed to. But this will help me get blood stains around the surface, because trust me, you can't get hurt, but you can't get shot at and you have the rest of your skin clean. Then I also love to bring in a little bit of black. Sometimes I use my dark eyeshadows. Sometimes I use my camouflage, the dark color. Let me use eyeshadow to make the surface a bit darker to bring in a bruise effect. Okay, so welcome back. We're going to do the bullet wound. Like I told you, SFX makeup, just giving you guys a small demo. Bullet wound, people use chewing gum locally because you know these products are not also easy to get here. But I have wax. This wax, for it not to stick, you need to put oil, Vaseline. People recommend Blue Seal, Vaseline. Oil is better for me though. So I'm using Raftobian Professional Makeup Wax. Then you make sure where you're going to put it. Some people put Sprint gum. Sprint gum is more sticky, so this thing can stick. But for my case, you make sure that you have, when you don't have Sprint gum, you make sure that your face, the surface where you're going to put a bullet wound is wiped. Then I've rolled it into a ball. You bring the wax, put it on the face, then spread it all out. Like we talked about, makeup is all about blending. It cuts across everywhere. So you have to make sure you blend it out into the skin so it doesn't look like there's like a ball somewhere or anywhere. I need to wipe this off briefly. So I can come in and blend some more. You blend it back to the skin. If you watch tutorials on YouTube and all the other such, say you blend out with oil in your hand. Put a little bit of oil in your hand to help you blend out, because that way it won't stick. It won't stick to your fingers. It will make blending out easy. You blend it all out. After you've blended it, you wipe off the unnecessary stuff that have gone all the way out. Clean them out. So, we're going back to blending. I need to blend this to her skin because now this is white. Her skin is brownish yellow. We need to blend that out. I use Crayolan Professional Makeup. This is called Camouflage. This is not sold here, but you can get it when you go online. So I'm going to get foundation. It is concealer foundation, and I'm supposed to blend this all out to fit her skin color. And get my blending. This is my beauty blender, my makeup blender. It works miracles. This one also you can get from a $1 shop, or if you're lucky and you find someone selling them here in Uganda, you can get a lot of them. They're sold in a pack, they're like 40. You can send a cousin, a brother, a sister who is in the US, who is in the UK, and they get them for you. They're sold in $1 shops. Now when we have blended that out, I have my spray can. This spray can, it helps me spray blood. If you want blood that splashes of blood, you don't want blood that is in one area, you spray it. Didn't come out like how it was supposed to, but this will help me get blood stains around the surface, because trust me, you can't get hurt, but you can't get shot at and you have the rest of your skin clean. Then I also love to bring in a little bit of black. Sometimes I use my dark eyeshadows. Sometimes I use my camouflage, the dark color. Now let me use eyeshadow to make the surface a bit darker, to bring in a bruise effect. Then the best part and the scariest, cutting through the bullet to create that bullet wound. Some people be scared because it looks like I'm cutting through someone's skin. But no, it's just a wound. It's just makeup. This is all wax. That is whole enough for us to feel it. You feel it with dark. Start off with dark shadows to create a depression inside. Then to the best part that everyone is always waiting for, filling it with blood. This is fake blood. I'm using Benaye thick blood. It is, I can't get the shades now, but we surely will with time. Then, because it's a fresh bullet wound, it needs to have blood, dripping blood, and I'm using my Heron coagulated blood. Then I'll feel the blood. And then I'll go back to what I talked about. This is a bottle of blood. It's all fake blood. To finish off the surroundings of the wound with a bit of blood, because it can't be that clean. This is not doing a good job. But rest assured, this will. Back to Benaye. If it was a movie, we would actually sometimes have blood elsewhere to the top. For it to look real, to appear real, like really this person was shot at, they cannot have blood in just one area. It may have dripped. Then I go back to my favorite part, the spray. This helps it drip. Well, effortless dripping. That one is going to flow. By the time we are done, it will be somewhere around here. And there, it's your bullet wound. Then, moving on to, let's do a bruise. Let's have a bruise. She's light. She can't have a lot of dark around her. She's a bit light. This is going to be easy. Let's say she ran into thieves yesterday night and she was beaten, badly beaten. If it is fresh, it is more red. I was on some site and I saw someone make a fresh bruise black. It was too black. It even had black effects. You know that bruise that is drying, that has like black parts. It was so bad. That is not nice. And the director didn't know anything about film. He just kept wowing. Wow. But it was actually wrong. When it is fresh, it doesn't have a lot of black, because I mean, they have just beaten you. When did it dry? Maybe in the evening. It actually has a lot of purples and yellows, because you've just been beaten. I mean, how can it dry in just seconds? And then my eyeshadows always come in handy. They always save the day. If you don't have the palette, the color palette, these ones always help big time. Back to blood. It is very important for any person who is trying to learn special effects makeup to have blood. At least just have one product of blood, because that one will always save you. This one we mix cannot do everything. Tomato sauce. Okay, that is so overrated. Anyone who still uses tomato sauce needs to be sued and kicked out of the film industry, because people no longer use those things. Just put, at least be creative. Bring soda. This one, the strawberry. There is no blood that is that red. Blood is always a mixture of orange and. What I'm doing right now, I'm trying to manipulate the area around, because I mean you cannot be beaten and you have the rest of the eye looking all cute and pretty. No. It has to all be in character, the entire part. People who use tomato sauce need to be kicked out of the film industry. But you know you can mix your own blood. You just have to be creative while mixing it. People mix it and they put in just orange and red. You need to have some strawberry black while mixing. People mix blood with honey is bad, because you can mix blood with honey and then you on set you're shooting an outdoor set, and then bees just come out of nowhere. They will sting the character, the actor. And trust me, you will hold shoot if he's the main character. You will hold shoot for at least the next how many days till the skin comes down. So there you go for the bruise. So the eye is still too pretty. This whole area needs to be damaged. And there you go. For the bruise. You see now, like what I told you, this is flowing. This looks more natural when the blood keeps flowing out. If you be there lying and blood is still coming out. And so yes, for the bruise, there we go. Then let's try out something that actually takes a bit of some time, but we're going to put it and be doing other things. This is Menhoran liquid latex. Okay, different people use so many other different things, but this is a professional way of aging, getting someone to age, to put in a little bit of wrinkles on their faces, the natural way. Look up. The model right here, she was all looking beautiful, now she's all going to look a mess. Like we all thought, actually people are always short at. You'd be like, but that one was bruised yesterday. Look up. So when you pull the skin, as it's drying, it's going to dry into the skin. And there you go for the bruise. You see now, like what I told you, this is flowing. This looks more natural when the blood keeps flowing out. If you be there lying and blood is still coming out. And so yes, for the bruise, there we go. Then let's try out something that actually takes a bit of some time, but we're going to put it and be doing other things. This is Menhoran liquid latex. Okay, different people use so many other different things, but this is a professional way of aging, getting someone to age, to put in a little bit of wrinkles on their faces, the natural way. Look up. The model right here, she was all looking beautiful, now she's all going to look a mess. Like we all thought, actually people are always short at. You'd be like, but that one was bruised yesterday. Look up. So when you pull the skin, as it's drying, it's going to dry into the skin. Scarring liquid. This one dries very, very fast. You should be warned. You should not use it outdoors. Because the moment this thing comes out, it dries. The moment there's too much wind. This is now the dry one, the scratch blood, the dry type. And the more you watch this thing, you don't have to go to school to learn it. The more you watch, the more you practice, the more you get this thing right. The more you watch, the more you get something right. This is as hard as the thingy that we used as the wax that we used. Now this is actually when your wood has actually dried up. Really dry. It is common here on the hands, here, down here. You can't have it on the cheek, of course. The cheek wound is always fresh, but I think it also dries up faster. Back to our lips. So those our lips, they need to be drier. Some people dry them with foundation. They need to be pale. The darker one. They need to be pale. Then you come in, if you have the white powder, I have it is somewhere down there in the kit. But then, because I have my eyeshadow, which always comes in handy and saves the day. And then I seal it off with my Benae blood. Make it dryish. Make it bloodish. And all this comes off with a makeup remover or with baby oil or Vaseline. All this makeup comes off, it's not permanent. So when you meet her the next day, don't be like, so what happened to your bullet wound? Where did you put it? Don't do this and scare people. It is bad, by the way. It is really, really bad. I've had a friend's mom being admitted in hospital because she thought her kid had got an accident. She was actually just pulling off funny pranks on some people. With her friends, she was playing around with her friends, and the friends ended up sending a message to the mom asking, do you know if this one is okay? The news I've heard just coming in that she got an accident. And just like that, woman ended up in hospital. Because they look as real as you see them there. Even me, I look at them, I know, okay, I'll come in and be like, that is makeup. Maybe if I saw you Aggie an hour ago, then I see you again, I'll be like, is that makeup? When I post this on my social media pages, a few people, maybe mainly filmmakers, they're the ones that come in and be like, so who have you done makeup on this time around? But most of the people be like, what happened? Then you be like, oh girl, it's just makeup. Like, okay. So here we have a scar. We have an edged under eye. We have a bruise. We have a bullet wound. What don't we have? A burn. A burn is made by latex, yours truly. So they saves the day. But this can also make a bullet wound. A nice one. And they say she got burnt around here. There's another one that I can do if we've had time, but then we don't have. Like you can have this half the neck ripped. Latex helps a lot with tissue. If we only had time, we would do that. Latex with tissue. You can have this entire head cut off. And the foot, you can have the entire foot cut off. We can do so many things. We can even have our entire face changed. With time and with a movie with a bit of budget. We can have our entire face changed into something else. We can create a zombie. We can create a beauty. That is what we can do. So if you're out there sitting at home doing nothing, just join in. The movie industry is still growing, and this is the time. Because when it is actually dry, it creates the burnt effect. So it all goes back to you, what you want to be. Then sometimes you also see people with, you can see a good project. Maybe this project is actually nice, but then the producer doesn't have money. And you take it on, you do it. And maybe that one takes you further. It sends you to the next, makes you the big person. Some people have actually got exposure and it has helped them and they have become the big people that they are today. And some people have done free movies for like all their lives and it is not working out. That is when you actually get up and be like, yo, I need to change, I need to re-strategize. Maybe the department I am in is actually not where I'm supposed to be. But if you come here to make loads of money, good luck with that. Just go downtown and do business. But if you come here to change the industry and with a heart of changing, with a heart of doing what you love and changing the industry, there you will work and money will come in, trust me. Okay, that. I'm going to put my latex here on her neck. As always, latex works with kuja. We get our, and then we then I bring my piece of tissue. I'm going to put it where I put the latex. Latex helps things stick. It is going to stick. It is going to stick. You don't even need super glue. And it sticks well. It is rubberish. Since we don't have so much time, there's something I wanted to show you people. Because some of these things we actually see them in movies and we'll be like, they cut his neck. You feel so bad. Your main actor's neck has been cut. Thinking that he's actually not going to be able to do another movie. But he's actually going to be able to do another one. Because it was all made up. And I'll come in with my fan again. And blow in some air. Meanwhile, we have our bun here that has actually dried. Needs to be worked on. So as this is drying, I'm going to come in with small tissue. Tissue is supposed to be very fine, very small, not so big, like in volume. As that one is sticking and drying, let me go back to my bun. Buns always have a lot of yellows. Let me see. I'm going to get some parts, manipulate them with the yellows. We don't have time. I would have made the blisters. But it looks so real. He was burnt. No, he was not burnt. He was made up for a burning scene. I've done quite a number of things. I've done the dead bodies. I've done the completely decomposed body, where we only see skeletons. I'm sure if you've watched 27 Guns, you have seen a heap of dead people in some scene where there was just a heap of dead people that died some years back. And the guys that were walking in were welcomed by a bunch of flies that were making like so much noise because they were attracted to the dead bodies. Those people were not dead. Those people were not even actually there. That was just makeup. Those are dead bodies that we sat down with our team and manufactured. And unlike other ones, the blood on the God gracious, the blood on the wound on the burn is always shiny. No matter what, it is always freshish. So it is a bit more red and a bit more watery, not so stiff like we have been seeing in other parts. And then of course I'll come in with a dryish one to create those boundaries, those strong boundaries that we have there. Ouch. The thing, you have to create it, the boundaries. And then if you use lipstick on the director and you are impressed by the result, go ahead and do it. It makes sense. It makes sense. If the both of you are impressed by the work, you go right ahead. But if you start reaching a point where you're not impressed, I mean, the more you do it, the more you actually learn what products do I need more. You'll be like, my blood that I mix is pretty strong. It's enough. All I need is latex, and I'm good to go. You buy the latex. All I need is wax. You buy the wax, and you're good to go. Coming back in with my yellows. And I think you see the pinkish in her skin because she's lighter, and the first layer of the skin when you peel off is not black, it is light. That's why when people they say someone has burnt themselves, but Michael Jackson completely burnt the outer skin and stayed with the inner skin. That is what caused his death. That I don't know how true that is. But the next layer is not as dark as it is. And all this you'll know if you research about it. If you go into research and you get a script that needs you to go down and do skin layers, it has a part where characters are being burnt and you actually see them. you. Okay. Back to our unfinished project down here on the throat, the slit throat, like they like to call it. I'm putting more latex and I'm putting just one more layer. And we are going to be good to go now. So it is fine. It is very fine. It is not thick. The edges. So after this, we are slitting. We're going to slit the throat in 2 pieces. So with my scissor here, I'll be able to cut out the pieces that I don't need. It's scary though. I feel like you're going to cut someone. Just back to the bun. Bring in a skin effect. Just this whole entire part can't all be completely in ruins. There has to be some part that still has life. And our duck is always important. Like we have completely destroyed her beautiful face. It was too pretty when we started off. This is still, and it's still wet. This is the blood that is not flowing, but then it also has to be shiny, because it is going to appear fresh until it dries. Some people actually put baby oil because the areas around the burnt area are always shiny. Just a few minutes, like 2. Let's be blending it out. I want it more rich. We are going to slit throat. We're getting there in a few minutes, in seconds now. Yes. We may not have so much time to wait for it to dry fully. Yeah. Maybe Jimmy. This is where we're going to seal it from. God, I've got her. I'm not supposed to pull, but I'm pulling so I don't cut her because it was still a bit wet. Tell me if anything touches your skin. And I'm blending it all out with the blood, and then lastly with a spray. Put your head down. Put your head down. Down, down. And you can gently pull up your head. Pull it down and up. Pull up and down. His knee brought out exactly what we wanted. Put your head down, 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 like you down. Like this. Then up. This. Okay, this is not what we actually wanted to have, but I think this is not a bad way to start off. Next time with more time, it will be a more slit throat.
At least they have an idea.
Yeah, a slit throat is not cut off, it's just slit. Though it working with latex, you need to be outdoor. It works well when you're outdoor, and or if you're indoors, you need a hand dryer. When you put hand dryer, it dries instantly in just seconds. It's dry. You go and move on to the next one. When it is more drier, the more dry, the better. Now this is a band that is actually drying up. The more darker blood that you add, the more drier. The more fresher blood that you add, the more fresh. Because the fresh blood brings out a fresher wound because it is more red. The dry blood brings out the drier. So the fresher one is always fresh, dripping, shiny. The dry one is always stiff. It stays in one place, and most times it is darkish. It's not as red. And that is it. That is the bullet wound. We have a scar, we have wrinkles, we have a bruise with a burn. Then I tried to do a slit throat. That actually didn't come out very well, but we tried. Shall do better next time.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't know about you people, but I had a blast. I learned a lot. Goodness Lord, did you see that throat slit? As in, and the burns and the bruise? Goodness Lord. And the wrinkles? It was so fun. I'm thinking you guys learned a thing or two. And she also mentioned that, guys, don't stay home. Come and learn, because she didn't even go to college or to the university to learn this. She learned it on set. So you have a chance to come also and learn these things. You don't have to go to the university. You don't have to go. You can come on set. Just go to some set, any set where you hear there's someone shooting, and get to learn about these things. I had a good time, and I'm hoping and thinking that you had a good time too. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. It has been your girl. Until next time, thank you so much. I love you.